It's Monday Night Raw in Boston, Massachusetts, and John Cena was there. But was it good? Was it bad? Was it meh? Let's figure it out. Before we do, though, make sure to hit that button, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. We're trying to post every day here, so come, be a part of it. Be a part of this journey with us. Now, let's talk wrestling. Now, I want to start this off by saying that I absolutely loved today's episode of Monday Night Raw. Was it perfect? No. There's some things I didn't like about it. But I think all in all, like I've said, and we've talked about it during other episode reviews, right? Other SmackDown reviews, other Monday Night Raw reviews, is things on the show need to have a purpose, right? Everything on these shows need to be leading towards something. And that is exactly what Monday Night Raw did today. Every segment had a purpose. Every segment led to something. Every segment told a story. Every segment teased something upcoming, right? There were looks at notes. There were 5 matches tonight, right? Only 5 matches, but they all help tell a story. They all are leading towards something in the future. And that is what these shows need to be. They all need to be building towards something, whether it's the upcoming PLE or, 3 PLEs down the line, whatever. But they all need to be building towards something. And these are the best shows that Monday Night Raw knows how to put on. Things like on SmackDown, Rey Fenix versus Tala Tonga. Okay, maybe it's building towards something, but what's it building towards? We know it's not, Survivor Series War Games because we got the War Games match today. And these guys aren't involved. So things like that are just what slowed down a program. And tonight's Monday Night Raw did none of that. Everything that happened for a reason, and it made for a really good show. Now, like I said, was it perfect? No. For example, the squeezing in of, because it's November, because it's Survivor Series War Games, we have to build some teams to have War Games matches. Thing that happens every year. A little clunky, right? Like CM Punk versus Division. So what happened was, right? So, in a portion of the show, CM Punk came out to call out Logan Paul. Logan Paul, of course, came out. He came out accompanied by Paul Heyman and Division, where they all kind of were like, hey, CM Punk, you don't have any friends. And then also, Paul Heyman disrespecting CM Punk's lady like that. AJ Lee, do not disrespect AJ Lee, Paul Heyman, okay? Well, anyway, disrespecting AJ Lee, telling CM Punk he has no friends. Then Jey Uso comes to the aid of CM Punk. CM Punk and Jey Uso are kind of having a little 3 versus 2, kind of tussle in the middle of the ring. And who comes out to make the save? Cody Rhodes comes out with the chair. And as soon as Logan Paul came out with the Vision, I think we all knew, oh, this is War Games, right? This is War Games. And surely enough, later on in the show, they're in the back with Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce are like, "What do you guys want to do? You guys okay? Is everybody fine?" And then CM Punk's like, "I think we're all physically fine, right? But we all want to fight." And then they're like, "What are you saying?" And then the cool thing was that William Regal comes out of nowhere and he's like, "War Games!" So we have a War Games match set, and it's Team CM Punk so far with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes versus Team Paul Heyman with the Vision, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and now Logan Paul. Logan Paul also kind of gave I think it was somewhat justified reason for joining the Vision. It wasn't like the best and like, oh my God, that makes perfect sense. But it's good enough, especially for this, right? He said, have you ever been tsunamied by Braun Breaker or by Bronson Reed? Yeah. Great reason, right? He's like, I don't want that to ever happen to me again. And the best way to guarantee that is to join them. So good for them. But anyway, War Games match is building. The men's War Game match is building. Like I said, a little clunky with the build, but whatever. This happens every year. I also didn't like how the women's War Games match kind of started to build. And this was our main event, right? So it happened during or after Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss took on the Kabuki Warriors. Great match, right? Like, great tag team. I really do enjoy Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair as a tag team. Like, I think they work really well together. I think they're a fun tag team. Asuka is on another level, man. Like, Asuka is just like 2020's Asuka, like 2020, 2021 Asuka, right? 2019 Asuka, where she was just a monster, a beast. She's back to like peak form. Asuka, push her to the moon, give her every title. I love Asuka. But ultimately, the winner of this match, new champions, the Kabuki Warriors, are our new champions. They beat Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss with more than a little, with help from Nia Jax and Lash Legend. So they came out. Charlotte Flair had Kairi Sane basically pinned. No, it wasn't Kairi, it was Asuka. She had Asuka pinned in the middle of the ring, right? After Alexa Bliss had already taken out Kairi Sane. And with the refs back, from the back of the referee, Nia Jax and Lash Legend kind of pull Asuka to break up the pin, right? Ref doesn't see it, whatever. Then ref doesn't see it again, but Lash Legend, no, it wasn't Lash, sorry. Lash Legend and Nia Jax distract Alexa Bliss. So then Kairi Sane comes out and throws her over the announce table. Then Asuka and Kairi do the, I forget what they call it, but the thing where like Asuka holds Charlotte Flair while Kairi Sane does the elbow, and then boom, 1, 2, 3. The Kabuki Warriors are our new tag team champions. I think this was the right move. I thought that we were going towards a larger program between Nia Jax and Lash Legend and Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Apparently, that's not where we're going. Where we are going towards is War Games, however. I think the reason this main evented is because as the four bad guys were beating up on Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss in the middle of the ring, who comes out to do the save but a returning Io Sky? We haven't seen her since the Monday after Crown Jewel in Australia. She comes out to do the save. They're still underhanded, right? It's still 4 versus 3, so they're still getting, beat in the middle of the ring. And then who comes out to do the larger save for the bigger pop is Rhea Ripley with her mask again. Last War Game, she was also wearing a mask because she also had fractured her nose. I was thinking about that, right? So it's just a thing that right before War Games, Rhea Ripley fractures her nose. But she comes out to do the save to like the biggest pop of the night. And that's why this main event, right? It's because Rhea Ripley is a damn star and should and is treated as such. So she comes out, she does the save, right? Kind of runs off the big bads being Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and Asuka and Kairi Sane. Runs them off, and then from the ring, she just yells, War Game! So that's going to be our match. Our female War Game match for our women's War Game match for Survivor Series is going to be the 4 that I just mentioned. I don't know who they're going to add. Maybe Becky Lynch, maybe not. We'll see. I think it's Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. And it's looking more and more like AJ Lee. So, again, fun. It was a fun segment. It was a fun match. But just the way they like force these matches is just a little cringy sometimes. But whatever. We should just be used to it by now. Listen, I'm saving the John Cena thing to the end because that's why you're all here, right? But we did get our 2 The Last Time Is Now tournament matches between Rusev and Damian Priest and Shinsuke Nakamura and Sheamus. And exactly what I thought would happen happened. Actually, that's not true. Because for the Rusev Damian Priest match, I thought Aleister Black would get involved, right? Because they are currently feuding. It sounds like they're going to have another match. I thought Aleister Black would get involved to protect Damian Priest and to, cause him the match. But we protected him in other ways because throughout the entire match, we kept talking about Damian Priest's eye, and that's the eye that Aleister Black burned, and blah, 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 blah. And Rusev kept attacking the eye. He kept attacking the eye. Eventually, he does the Machka kick for the win, right? He does the Machka kick. It's the 1, 2, 3. Rusev is our winner, and he moves on to the next round. Fun match, right? wasn't my. It probably was the weakest match of the night. But whatever. I mean, Rusev. I like Rusev. I don't hate Damian Priest. So okay match. Our second match though between Shinsuke Nakamura and Sheamus. Man, these guys hit the hell out of each other. Like talk about strong style, man. These dudes were like Shinsuke was like doing like the hard kicks at Sheamus's chest. Sheamus was like, "Yes, keep going," and then Sheamus was doing the whole like pounding the chest of Shinsuke. And these dudes were meant to fight against each other. I would watch them have 200 matches with each other because these guys just don't care. These guys just go at it. They beat the crap out of each other, and they do not give a crap. So great match. Ultimately, Sheamus gets the win, clean win. After the match, he raises Shinsuke's hand because they're both good guys now. So, right, all is fair. You know, hey, good match. Yes, you both did well. Let's protect Shinsuke also. But Sheamus gets the win, deservedly so. I'm starting to think more and more like Sheamus is gonna win this tournament, and the reason for that is coming up at the end of this video. Listen, we all know, right? John Cena won the Intercontinental Championship tonight, and I think I think it's looking more and more like Sheamus could and maybe should win this tournament. So that, hey, I know it's not like a passing of the torch to like a younger guy, but one Grand Slam champion to another Grand Slam champion, Sheamus deserves it. I'm Team Sheamus on winning this tournament. Speaking of the Time Is Now tournament, we got 2 matches for next week. Checks notes. We got Javon Evans versus Gunther at Madison Square Garden next week. That match is going to be great. Gunther is going to destroy Javon Evans, but Javon Evans is just fun to watch. They're 2 very different wrestlers. I'm here for it. And then we got Solo Sikoa against mystery opponent. Someone else from TNA probably say his name and he'll appear. I believe in Joe Henry. I don't know. I've been thinking about this, and everybody's like speculating, like, oh, it could be Chris Jericho, it could be Edge, right? Maybe they're his Cena's final opponent. They wouldn't waste that pop in a round 1 match, right? Like this is a tournament. They're gonna have 3 matches to determine the winner, to determine who gets to wrestle John Cena. They're not going to waste the pop against Solo Sikoa. They're not going to waste Edge against Solo Sikoa, right? So we now have 2 mystery opponents in this tournament. One against LA Knight on Friday, one against Solo Sikoa on Monday. I think they're 2 TNA guys. I think one of them is going to be Jeff Hardy. I don't know, just the thought that I have. I think the other is probably going to be Joe Henry. So we'll see how he goes. But I like the way they're kind of doing this with like, we'll find out together. Fine, whatever. Give me a surprise. I like it. I like cheap pop, so why not? We also got informed that next week on Monday Night Raw, we're going to get Maxine Dupree against Becky Lynch. So there was a segment in the back where Maxine Dupree and Adam Pearce are kind of talking about whether or not she's ready. She's like, I'm not ready, but ready is a mindset, so why not give me Becky Lynch? So next week we're going to have Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. I think Maxine's going to win. I don't know why. I get that feeling. They've been telling the story of Maxine getting wins over Becky, but like not pinfall wins, so she's not a champion yet. But I think Maxine's going to win. I don't know. Let's build her up, whatever. Let's see if she floats or sinks. This wouldn't hurt Becky Lynch at all. Let's just do it. After this whole interaction with Adam Pearce, though, Becky Lynch comes out. She attacks Maxine Dupree. Kind of setting that matchup for next week, right? Let's build Maxine Dupree up. Why not? Why not? Like, this isn't going to hurt Becky Lynch. Her losing the title isn't going to hurt Becky Lynch. It isn't going to hurt her to lose against Maxine Dupree. Maybe AJ Lee costs her the title. Maybe that's what puts both of them in the War Games match, right? Why not? Why not? Let's give her a shot. Let's see what happens. So I'm actually kind of excited for that match. We also got like a tease of AJ Styles and Dragon Lee kind of being like, we'll defend our championships against anyone. So I think next week they're having a match, but we don't know against who. It's going to be the New Day. Dragon Lee can't cut a promo, man. I love the guy. He's fun to watch, but man, Spanish or English, this guy just can't cut a promo, man. I don't know, but he's fun to watch in ring, so we'll see what happens. But let's put that guy back in promo school. All right, before we get to the John Cena thing, which was the first thing that happened in the night, another match that happened tonight was Stephanie Vaquer against Raquel Rodriguez. Whatever match. I don't think anyone thought that Raquel was going to win tonight, which is why, like, the match was kind of whatever because, like, there wasn't, like, the possibility of Raquel Rodriguez just wasn't there. So, match was fine, right? Stephanie Vaquer won, of course. After the match, like we all would expect, Roxanne Perez came in to beat up Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer then gets saved by Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella? Is that her name? Yeah, Nikki Bella. Yeah. She then gets saved by Nikki Bella. And then what we all kind of saw coming, and I wasn't on board with this until maybe like last week, and I was like, yeah, no, Nikki Bella's definitely going to turn heel against Stephanie Vaquer. And she does. She attacks Stephanie Vaquer. She hits her with the belt. She then rips off her, like, she has her red shirt that she wears. She rips that off and she has a black shirt under. I guess that means she's a bad guy now because she wears black. I don't know. It was really stupid, but I think it's a fun, first big feud for Stephanie Vaquer. I think Stephanie Vaquer can make Nikki Cross look amazing. I don't know. People look at the Bellas with nostalgia glasses because they were fine. They weren't great. They were fine. Everyone's like, oh my God, they started the women's revolution, blah, 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 blah. They were fine. They were much better. Listen, again, I'm an Attitude Era guy. Lita started the women's revolution. Anyway, let's ignore it. You know what? Let's go back to what we're talking about. So it'll probably be Stephanie Vaquer against Nikki Bella at Survivor Series. Fine, whatever. I think this is something that they've been teasing for a while now, and it's happening. So, okay. All right. So like I mentioned, tonight was John Cena's last time in Boston, Massachusetts. I guess he's just not allowed after tonight ever again. Right? I know he's from there. His family probably still lives there, but no, they're like shutting it down for him. He's just never allowed to go back to Boston, Massachusetts. It's weird, but that's the thing they're doing. Anyway, Triple H comes out. He introduces Cena. He starts talking about, we're so divisive today, and but there's one thing that we can all agree on, and that is who is the greatest of all time. And I think we can all agree that the GOAT is John Cena. It really hurts my throat. But anyway, he comes out, he introduces John Cena, glazes him, and then John Cena finally comes out. John Cena comes out, he starts talking about the journey. You can tell, like, the dude was really emotional, right? Like, it's his last time in his hometown. I get it. Boston sucks, but I get it. Boston does suck, but I get it. And then, so John Cena starts talking about, this journey being great and how Triple H has been really helpful throughout this whole process, and how he's been keeping in mind with all of it, and how he wanted these young guys to kind of prove themselves against some of the veterans, kind of like he had to prove himself to have this tournament to determine who wins. And he talks about the tournament a lot, and how, like, some of these NXT guys are going to be breakout stars, and some familiar faces and some new faces, and blah 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 blah. And Dominik Mysterio interrupts. Right? Dominik Mysterio interrupts, and the hair on the back of my head goes, ooh, what's up? What are we doing here? Right? Dominik Mysterio interrupts. He talks to Triple H, talks about how this is my show and you got to tell me what happens on my show, and how are you going to fix what happened last week with that deadbeat that interrupted me. That's Rey Mysterio, by the way. Blah, 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 blah. Triple H is then like, you want a match with John Cena? Why not have it tonight? Why not defend your Intercontinental Championship against John Cena? And they do. They have a match. I think we all wanted to see this match. This is one of the matches that was on everybody's card, right? We all wanted John Cena versus Dominik Mysterio, right? I think we all did. I did. I know I did. So we have a match, and not only do we have a match for the Intercontinental Championship. Also, I don't know if you guys know this because they've only mentioned it 500 times, but John Cena has never won the Intercontinental Championship. So if he wins the Intercontinental Championship tonight, we have a Grand Slam champion in John Cena. And he loses. He lost to Dominik Mysterio, so he actually does. I'm just kidding. Of course he won. Of course John Cena won the Intercontinental Championship, right? Because that is what they had to do. Of course, not only is it the Never Seen 17, he is now a Grand Slam champion winner where he's won every single championship in the WWE main roster, no NXTs. And it was great, man. It was awesome. It was awesome seeing him in front of his hometown. I'm not saying the people in Boston suck. I'm just saying Boston in general sucks. Anyway, he was celebrating with his hometown people. I got a little emotional because I'm like, man, this guy, we didn't appreciate him when he was here enough, right? Because the whole like John Cena sucks thing, whatever. But yeah, so we have John Cena as our new Intercontinental Championship. This was a fun match too. We had, that thing that Dominik. So first, Dominik Mysterio tries to leave. He's like, I'm going to get counted out. I don't care, right? Because I still retain if I get counted out. John Cena goes and he gets him. And this was a really fun back and forth move. One of the things John Cena said before this is like, anywhere else you would have a chance, but not here. Here in Boston, I'm invincible. And he was not wrong. Man, like, he was kicking out of things that he wasn't supposed to kick out of. But one of the best spots in the match was that, Dom goes, first he like undoes the turnbuckle. So then the ref has to go and like redo the turnbuckle. He then goes, gets a chair, does the whole Eddie Guerrero thing where he slams it on the floor, then throws it to John Cena, and then throws himself on the floor. Then John Cena just throws the chair on top of him and throws himself on the floor too. So then the ref turns around and they're both like on the floor, and the ref's like, I don't know what to do. And then it's a really fun moment because John Cena just like winks at Dom while they're on the floor. It was fun. It was such a fun moment and such a fun match. It looks like Dom is actually going to win because he actually gets CM Punk. He gets John Cena in a 619. He then does his frog splash on John Cena, right? A thing that has won Dominik Mysterio many matches. It should be, it's something that people don't kick out of. It's his finisher, right? So he does the frog splash, and then John Cena gets up with him like nothing, just holding him, throws him over his shoulder. AA, 5-knuckle shuffle, 1, 2, 3. John Cena is our new Intercontinental Championship. Great. Amazing. So not only are we having a tournament to determine who his last opponent's going to be, knowing John Cena, he's going to go out on his back. So we're having a tournament to see who our next Intercontinental Champion is going to be. And Sheamus is in this tournament, guys. Sheamus is in this tournament. And I think we all want Sheamus to be a Grand Slam champion winner. And something tells me this is where they pull the trigger. I don't know if it's the most exciting match that they could have, but they also do have a lot of history. It would mean Sheamus winning his Intercontinental Championship finally. So it would just be a cool moment for everyone. There was a moment too after John Cena won where he goes to the back and everyone's kind of waiting for him, right? Giving him a round of applause. Rey Mysterio's there, Cody Rhodes is there, and Sheamus is there, right? And I don't know, I feel like they're kind of hinting at that. I want it. I know we've been teased that it's going to be Gunther against John Cena, and that's what everybody's saying, and that wouldn't be terrible, but I want Sheamus. I want Sheamus to win his championship, to win his Intercontinental Championship. It's the one thing he hasn't won, and I want him to do it against John Cena. Just what a cool moment for both of them if that were to happen. Because I know it ain't going to be Edge, and I know it ain't going to be Jericho, so why not? I love it. I love it. Tonight was so much fun. This match with Dom and Cena, it was everything that I wanted out of it. I've been asking for this match. One of my first videos was what John Cena's final 4 matches would be, and Dominik was on there because that is a match that I've always wanted to see since this whole thing started. Always meaning this year since it was John Cena's final tour. But everything I wanted it to be. I'm glad that John Cena won the Intercontinental Championship. I'm glad Dom did the job for this youngster John Cena. And now this final match at Saturday night's main event is going to be for the Intercontinental Championship. Fun match. He's going to be at Madison Square Garden next week. We'll see what that holds. And then he'll be at War Games, probably in the War Games match. And then his final appearance. So guys, we have 3 more John Cena appearances, so enjoy them. And that's it. That was Monday Night Raw. It was really out of order the way I went through it. But you know what? Whatever. I just wanted to talk about certain things, and they were worth talking about. Fun Friday nights, or Friday Night SmackDown. Fun Monday Night Raw. Like I said, was it perfect? No. There were a few things that I didn't like, but it was a great show where everything kind of led to something. Listen, Boston, I love you. I do love you. Just, your city closes at 10 p.m., guys. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, since you made it this far, make sure to drop a like. Let me know what you guys thought of tonight. Let me know if you guys think Sheamus is going to be his last opponent now. Do you guys think that putting the title on Cena was the right move? I do. Tell me how much you guys enjoyed or didn't enjoy that Dominik versus Cena match. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Since you made it this far, make sure to drop a like. Guys, 3 more John Cena appearances, so let's enjoy it while it lasts, man. We're going to miss this guy when he's gone. I know I didn't appreciate him while he was here enough. So, anyway, until next time, go touch some grass, you nerds. Peace.